Welcome back to Dubsy Bricks for another episode of Building Mandalore in Lego, and work's going to be continuing on the Starfighter. Now, last week I mentioned about the wing supports, how the wings just dropped down a little bit. There's a little bit of droop on the joint there, and it's purely due to the weight of the wings here. Now, I have been experimenting with some different techniques. However, nothing I've come up with is stopping that from happening. I think the only way that I'll be able to stop that from drooping at all was if I had an axle piece which was the whole width of the wings and was made of metal to stop it from bending. Everything just gives way just a little bit, which it would cause it to drop down. So I'm going to leave the mechanism as it is in there. The Starship is going to be in its landing position when it's on the MOC, so the wings are going to be upright, so there shouldn't be any problem there, as all of the weight will be on the engines, which will be attached to the back of the wings. Now, this week I want to concentrate on the wings of the spaceship. I want to work out what plates and tiles I need to order in and get that order put in this week, along with the parts I need for doing the prison cells of Mandalore and a couple of other bits of the MOC. But I also want to work out how I'm going to be doing the engines on the back of the spaceship here as well. So that's the main focus for this update. One other thing I would like to do is have a look at this section at the back here. Looking at this image you see on the screen now, this part here doesn't appear to be curved. It appears to be more smooth. I don't think this actually looks that accurate, so I would like to change it. And the good thing is, this just pops off. It's only kept on by 4 jumper plates, so I can quite easily amend that without having any massive disruptions to the actual spaceship itself. Anyway, that's enough talking. Let's get some plates out, get some bricks out, and let's get building. And here is the start to the underneath of the wing section here. And I've used some of the tiles on the bottom there, which is sort of breaks up a little bit. It gives it a little bit more texture and a pattern on there. I need to find one of these out in white to go on that section. And I haven't started on this part here just yet, as I need to work out how I'm going to be doing the engines on there. So I'll probably do that on the top side first, and then I'll be able to know what I need to do on the bottom section just there. So now that I've done that, I'm going to flip the wing over and work on the top. And the top of the wing has been started. Need to get some sand blue parts to go in this section just here. Let me tiling that section off there with a light bluish grey. We just need to carry on tiling all this back. There are a little bit more details to go in here, pipe work and little bits and pieces like that. So just kind of carry on, and then I'm going to start work on the rear of the wing there, including the engines themselves. And I'm having a few problems here with the wing mount. A couple of pieces came loose. Trying to get it all back together is so fiddly with these parts here. They just keep wanting to move just fractionally while you're trying to put pressure on, and it's really difficult to do so. Now, I have been looking at it, and I'm just wondering whether or not I do actually need to have these plates on this section just here. I want to have these curved slopes on the wings on the bottom. However, I might be able to attach them just using some double-sided snot bricks. So on this side, I'm going to go over to using the Technic beams going across from on here. That way, I'll be able to attach it to the wing, plate it all up, and it should keep it perfectly in place. Providing it does do that, then I'll do the same on the opposite wing. And here are the pieces I'm using to attach the curved slopes. The plate at the bottom there, it stops everything from moving when I'm trying to put pressure on. So this part here will be attached to the wing. And when I'm pushing the bricks down or the slopes onto this part here, it's not going anywhere. So it works out perfectly okay. I've already attached this one on this side and it works fine. So now that I know that is the case, I can do the bottom half and then replace the wing mount on this side as well to match the other side. And work has started on the engines that are going on the wings, and using a lot of different techniques in here with the modified plates, Technic pins, wedge plates, just trying to get as many angles and shapes into here as in the source material, which I put on the screen now. The colours are going to change. I will get those more accurate if I can further down the line, but I just want to make sure that it all works out well. Now, my one concern is that these are going to be the part that takes the weight of the ship. So at the moment it's just on that one bit there, so I'm not sure whether or not that is going to be sufficient. So I think I'm going to need to build the engines actually on to this bit here where the Technic beam is, and then just attach these afterwards somehow. So a lot of experimenting is going to be required for that, but really happy so far with the shape of that. I think that's come out really well. So anyway, let's make a start on making the actual engines themselves, attach them onto the wings here, and then we'll see how we go about attaching the housing bit of the engine. And there are the engines on one of the wings. There's an axle going through the engine there, and it's going through 3 Technic beams on there, so it's giving it plenty of strength. And there are the little Technic clips in there as well, which are holding it all in place, so they're not going anywhere at all. And I've had to put a trans clear brick underneath here just to keep the wing supported. This wing is so heavy now, it really does droop when it's not supported. So in flight mode, I would need to put some sort of support there, but as I said, it's going to be in landing mode, so the wing's going to be upright, so it should be all okay. Now that I've done that, I can concentrate on doing the other wing here. I was at one stage considering reversing the wings around so that the studs and the tiles on here are actually on the bottom. That way, when it's in its landing mode, you'd actually have the nicer finish on there. But I did think afterwards that if I do keep this MOC and I don't destroy it, I might mount it on the wall so it is in its flight mode, and then you have got the nice finish on there. So I will keep it as it is. Anyway, that's enough talking. Let's go to this wing and put the engines on there. And that's both wings with the engines all mounted on there. Took a while to get this wing all sorted. Trying to replicate it from here. I was just a plate out here and there, but eventually got there. So all I need to do now is just carry on tiling the wing off and also work out how I'm going to put the engine mounts over the engine covers over the actual engines themselves. So just a couple of little things I need to work out on there. What I'm going to turn my attention to now is the shape of the fuselage itself, the cockpit going forward. And work has begun on the front section of the spaceship here. Not sure whether or not I'm going to go for this effect, or I might do a brick built one. I think that might look a little bit better. Need to get a lot of details in this front section, but I just wanted to try it out, see how it looks size wise. Now the one problem I am going to be having here is with the cockpit. The cockpit needs to go right here, which is right where I've got the join for the turning mechanism there. Now, I think I could have got away with not actually putting that turning mechanism in there and just built the fuselage as one solid section. However, it's too late now to go back. I'd have to completely destroy the rear end of the ship to take that out. So I think it's just going to be a case of it not having an actual... You won't be able to put a minifigure in the cockpit. If I can find a way around it, then obviously I will do so. But at this moment in time, it's not looking likely. We're really happy with the progress made on here. Put a few more details in on the wing here. Just need to get some sand blue parts to go in this section here. And a load more of these 3x2 wedge plates to go along the edge here. I keep taking them off of here and put them at the back to build this section up. Still haven't done the engine housing bits that go over the top here. Still need to work out how to attach those. And the underside of the wing, these parts here that I've got on the bottom, they do keep falling off. So the technique I'm using there isn't working that great at the moment. And here is the Starship in the landing pose. So this is how it's going to be presented on the actual MOC itself. I will put some front landing gear on the front section just there. Minifigure is on there just for scale purposes. You can see how big a beast this Starship has become. And what I do need to do is make sure that I do make this centre structure here really strong. When lifting this up, it is so flimsy. You can almost have one wing down and one wing up. However, they are joined in the middle, so they shouldn't be able to, when one moves, the other one should move with it, but they're so heavy. And even in this position here, they are tilting in very slightly at the top. I was hoping that when the spaceship was suspended, as it is at the moment, and I'm doing that using some trans clear bricks, that it was going to mean that the wings were square, but it's not quite. It's not far out, but it is just a little bit. But yeah, this is certainly a challenging build, but loving every second of it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this update. If you have, please remember to give us a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content on the channel. And if you know anybody else you think would be interested in building Gotham or building Mandalore, if you could share the channel with them, it'd be much appreciated. Anyway, thanks for popping on by, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.